Checking connection live. Hi everybody, my name is Lasha Royenko. You've reached the channel, the YouTube channel, High Voltage. Now, I know there's a lot of people that what's the word I'm looking for? All of us interact with each other. Hello. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to. This isn't a discussion actually, but it can be if you stick around. My name is Lasha Royenko. My YouTube channel is High Voltage. There are so many people on Instagram, and I wish you folks would do this little diamond in the rough a favor and subscribe to High Voltage, because we're a little past the halfway mark, but including the other two channels, which actually don't count into the amalgamation of monetization. Why am I bringing this up? Because the goal of the channel started, and the intent of the channel started, because of a medical malpractice in Canada. It's Thanksgiving weekend. I've not been around reading consistently the way I was last week because I've been working every single night, which I'm so grateful for. Hello, Godwins. And there's 1,099 people on YouTube or on Instagram. And if you folks were to change your subscription or participation button to High Voltage, my charity could start. Now, what is a charity and how are they really run? By the rich or by people who really want to do good for others? So when you hit subscribe to High Voltage, I vow, and I've said this before, I will keep a quarter of what Google pays to pay for my phone bill and to upgrade equipment, but the rest of the money is going to cyberspace people that I know, friends from cyberspace, but I vet the heck out of everybody to make sure nobody's telling fibs. And I'm taking the money, cashing it, and giving it to actual people that need it, instead of them having to go through an organization. I really wonder, like, for example, Harry and Meghan's Archewell. Hi, Kenny. Really? They've had, 4 donations? They probably came from King Charles, because there's no record of where the money came from. And if you want to watch an excellent channel that talks about our free speech, Harry and Meghan, and how Meghan has just really, and in Andrew Bookgold he even says it, people keep secrets also for mystique. That's why the Queen never gave an interview. It's like building a myth, right? And she pulled the curtain back, but a lot of it, based on what I believe, allegedly, YouTube, is she's full of bananas, okay? So I'd love to know what Meghan Markle's real secrets are, which is one of the reasons I'm also reading this book. Andrew Gold, if anybody doesn't know who Andrew Gold is, raise your hand. Well, I don't see any hands raised, so all of you have heard of them, right? Cuckoo, cuckoo. And also, I'm reading Ask Not, and then when I'm done these 2 books, I am reading the Quran. I've never read it. I've been very interested to read it. So on my channel, what you will find is I need to make one video explaining the origin of the channel, And why? Because originally I thought that I could change the legislation in Canada so that if a surgeon or a doctor do not keep their oath and they do not disclose that they made an error, instead of throwing somebody into the system, it should be the surgeons and doctors, insurance companies that help people in which he injured and said nothing. And that's a whole story. So I'm putting that up as the intent. And without intent, there's no goal. And the goal is to monetize so I can help people. We all know what it's like to suffer. But when I make the video or write my short story about what his decision, his dirty little secret in my life is this doctor not saying anything. I don't know how he sleeps at night, okay? So although I am reading books, I'm slower than other channels that read continually. I'm trying to find my groove and theme, but there are playlists of dancing. I have opinion pieces about Russell Brand, transgender ideology, Gypsy Rose Blanchard. And then a lot of it, I didn't even realize it at the time, but I was using it like a video diary to help to heal from what happened. So, without further ado, let's just get into Andrew Gould's Psychology of Secrets. For those of you that can't stay for the live right now, or it's not interesting you at this point, I just want you to know everything that I post on YouTube, on Instagram, X, Facebook, TikTok, is all the same material that I put onto YouTube. So I don't understand why people don't support. Like, I subscribe to channels that are smaller. I subscribe to channels that I don't like, that I totally disagree with, but I'm not staying inside my little bubble, or I'm not going to learn anything. We have to spread our wings and look into other things, because the only way to find information in this world anymore is if you still have the capacity to go to school, which some people think is an indoctrination and you don't need an education, which is a whole other ideology in today's world. Because today's world, you don't have the same job for 40 years and then have a retirement from 60 till, your expiration date. So, why Andrew Gould? Well, if you want to know, you have to go to High Voltage, and the only way to find me on YouTube is by typing in Lasha Rajenko. And the first channel that pops up is High Voltage. And the very first channel I started was this channel on the computer, Lasha Rajenko. And there were 84 people. Somebody just unsubscribed. That's fine. It happens. And you notice it much more when you have a smaller channel. Hello, Uganda. I remember you. Hello, Maria. Hello, Foundation. Yeah, and so for those of you that are trying to start charities or know people that need help, hey, I'm trying to build this channel to give away money. And it's more difficult than I ever imagined. So here we go. Nobody wants my money if I make it. Okay, fine. I'll just start editing and making the same content as everybody else and keep it for myself. That's a joke. Can anybody even make jokes anymore? Nope, because nobody's watching. Okay. All right. So I'm going to call this On the playlist on High Voltage under Andrew Gold, there are 6 videos. So I'm just going to call this part 7, Andrew Gold, The Psychology of Secrets. And if you've been keeping up with the book, I mean, I'm telling you, I've been reading 15 minutes like every day, just a little bit at a time, so I don't miss anything. All right, here we go. Hello, hello, hello. Does anybody want to moderate? If anybody comes on, I'm waiting for Trevor on the computer. This one is for the video, and these Instagram. Okay. So, but maybe I wondered, rather than causing us to use secrecy, Genesis is itself the result of humanity's inclination towards secrets as a means of control. Sound a little bit like honeycomb cereal? Get it? Okay. It might be that we just naturally keep secrets to control one another and reflect and in the stories we tell. I wanted to find out if Adam and Eve was just one of many creation stories and myths designed to keep believers subservient, so I got reading. I found that in ancient Greek mythology, the first woman wasn't Eve or Hawa, but Pandora. Oh, maybe that's where Pandora's box comes from. I found that in ancient Greek mythology, the first woman wasn't Eve or Hawa, but Pandora. And the creation of her story predates that of Adam and Eve by around 7 centuries. The Titan fire, God, oh, I remember all of this. The Titan fire god, Prometheus, stole fire from heaven and gave it to mortals. Zeus was annoyed by this for some reason. I suppose he wanted to keep the fire secret as a means to control the mortals. So he went about getting revenge on Prometheus. This is all Latin. He commissioned the patron of craftsmen, Hephaestus, to fashion a woman out of earth, Pandora. Thus the first woman was created from vengeance and bitterness. Well, I did not know that. It appears that men were already alive and well and messing about with their new gadget of fire by then. Pandora was imbued by the gods with beauty, wealth, and a deceptive heart and lying tongue. Well. Misogynism goes way back when. I didn't realize that men were sexist until I bought my e-scooter. Oh my gosh. I'll tell you some secrets of my own. You know, Andrew Gold said in 2 chapters back, he found that he was giving away his own secrets, like the one where he gave away to Richard Dawkins that he didn't read his most famous book, and he was reading his books while taking a salt bubble bath. I thought that was so human, relatable. I love Andrew Gold. It appears that men were already alive and well and messing about with their new gadget of fire by then. Pandora was imbued by the gods of beauty, wealth, and a deceptive heart and lying tongue. For some reason vaguely related to revenge, Zeus gave Pandora a box or jar, as it appears to be in the original Greek, that she was commanded never to open Pandora's box. Okay, I always wondered where that came from. In this Is this sounding familiar? Yes, Andrew, it is. I'm following along. It does sound familiar. Eventually, curiosity overcame her, and she opened the jar just as Adam and Eve ate from the tree, and just as Julia's classmate, that's his wife, watched the TV Pandora's Box, unleashed all manner of plagues, sorrow, misfortune, and evil. Evil. Hello, friend. Pandora's box unleashed all manner of plagues, sorrow, misfortune, and evil. The only thing left in the box when Pandora swiftly closed it was hope. I was amazed to discover how the ancient civilizations understood the relationship between secrets and power. The ancient Greeks' religions are calling out to us from the past with a stern message. Do not be curious. Do not seek knowledge. Do not rebel. And this suppression of curiosity and respect for secrets has helped rules to dominate societies for the millennia. That's amazing, actually. Huh. I want to interject all the time, but I'm not. I'm trying not to. Once upon a galactical time, some 75... Is he going to talk about Scientology? Okay. Maybe not. I don't know. Okay. Once upon a galactic time, some 75 million years ago, a fella named Zuna held the rather imposing title of Galactic Confederacy Overlord. Imagine, if you will, a space-age mafia boss ruling 76 planets, including Earth, on Tegeac, as it was known in those celestial circles. I have to learn a whole new cult language now.
Breeze Gabriel.
No, Breeze, I'm reading. I can't talk right now, Breezy Wheezy. Okay. As happens.
Breeze
No,
Gabriel.
Breeze. Stop. Breeze, don't call, honey. I'm reading. I will be talking about England. I swear. Okay. All right. Under the pretense of income tax inspections. Oh, sorry. As happens in the annals of cosmic governance, Zhu found himself grappling with a bit of a population crisis. Oh, well. His planets were a touch overpopulated with an average of 178 billion people per planet. To solve this problem, Zhu crafted an audacious plan. Under the pretense of, are you ready? Income tax inspections. He gathered billions of his unsuspecting citizens. Then they were swiftly paralyzed, and from using a rather unique cocktail of alcohol and glycol, the poor souls were then flown by spacecraft that looked suspiciously like DC-8 airlines. You know, Andrew Gold really has a dry sense of humor. Like, he's English, right? We're reading The Psychology of Secrets by Andrew Gold. Here, I should just put this right here. There. Okay. These frozen beings were thrown into the volcanoes, and Zhu sealed the deal with a few well-placed hydrogen bombs. For some reason, the spirits or thetans of these beings were released, only to be trapped again by Zeus's elaborate electronic ribbon, a type of wave that sucks people into a vacuum, and forced to watch a 3D super colossal motion picture for 36 days. This movie fed them false information about religion, implanting misleading concepts about God and Satan that persist every day. These confused and traumatized spirits are said to now cling to human beings, causing them spiritual harm. Oh, what on earth? He's getting somewhere, I promise. I've met and entered. I knew it was Scientology. I knew it. I'm a total Andrew Gold. I adore his content. It's investigative, it's journalistic, it's factual, it's ethical. He's not power hungry. He tries to fight the good fight. Like, he's a good guy. All right. Okay, so this is about, I have met and interviewed many former Scientologists and other cult defectors, and go to his On the Edge channel and Heretics, or on Insta, or on X. I don't know if he's on Facebook, and he's on Rumble, I think. And wowza, he's done a lot of interviews. Okay, so he's spoken to cult defectors who speak of having been indoctrinated in their sect with the fear of knowledge. It is the terror of opening Pandora's box or eating from the forbidden tree of knowledge. Scientologists are told that they will develop pneumonia and die if they find out or someone tells them about the cult's creation story before they are ready. Okay, 22 minutes of reading. I'm going to be reading this on videos, and I'll be uploading at least 15 minutes a day, and every week I would love to do a live participatory chat about this. So if you're over there on Insta, please, or don't join High Voltage. But it's fun. And you know what the most fun about High Voltage is? The people. Hey, Saucy. Yes, it is Canadian Thanksgiving. I'm doing 3 things at once. Okay. Insta and Facebook. I so hope you join High Voltage. We have so much. Saucy, do we have fun over here or what? I'm on Instagram. What do you think of this channel, Sauce? Just type something, whatever you think. I'm waiting for Sauce to type. I don't know, but he said this. Wait. Can you see that? Yeah. Lash, do you celebrate Canadian Thanksgiving? Yes. And speaking of Thanksgiving, do you know what I'm grateful for? You know what I am grateful for more than anything in the world? And I'm not selling anybody on this. I'm not. I wouldn't have made it through the last year and a half without this YouTube channel and meeting like a good people that subscribe don't always participate, but I have met 25 to 30 really good people, like really good people. Amen. Yes. And I know I'm going to be reading the Quran, and you know what? I'm sorry if people, I don't know how religion could offend anybody. I really don't. I don't understand it. And the more I read, the more I want to. And when you start, and you know when Andrew Gold was saying that it was the secrets that the cult was not allowed to share about the space stuff. You know, secrets can cause people cancer, dementia, heart problems, high blood pressure. Why do you think that King Charles and Catherine got cancer? You think it was because they had a walk in the park with Harry and Meghan? With Meg Hen? What is it? Look, I'm in Beamsville. I am grateful for my simple life. I am grateful for all of you who took the time to watch even for a second. I am grateful for Saucy and Trevor and Sarah and Melody Moon and I can't name everybody's name here. Okay, so a lot of you are charity funds, the children's foundations. You see, this is what I'm saying. The only way that I'll ever be able to do my job, and my job, I'm trying to create my job for myself, which is providing people with good material, good books, working out, eating properly. I'm not coming on this platform looking like I just walked out of bed, which sometimes I have. But I just figured, you know what? People need to know who I am, and I wanted to watch my own evolve. I wanted to evolve, but I can't do anything. I can't reach my goal of helping people unless I provide good content, and it's up to me. You know, people are not going to subscribe to a channel just because, oh, like, hit subscribe. People don't do that anymore. So you have to be providing something. So that's why the reason that I started this is so important, why the goal is so important to me, and the community and the people that I've met I've been so lucky, and that is what I am thankful for this Thanksgiving. My mother, I have a roof over my head, I am reading, my reading is becoming more fluid. I have a subscriber that sent me both of these books. That does not happen every day. I will do that. I will. Okay. Listen, everybody, Canadians, happy Thanksgiving. Trev, Saucy, thank you for coming by. Sarah, Melody Moon, you guys all know I love y'all, random, everybody. And I'll see you tomorrow with a little more Andrew Gold. And a little later on, we'll have a little Ask Not. Okay. Bye. Bye. That's a wrap. Be good to yourselves and happy Thanksgiving. Giving.